Welcome to another technical analysis session with Perfectforex. And today I'll be showing you how I was able to take some trades on EUR JPY and also XAU USD. I took these trades last week and also through last week into this week, and how I was able to make about 250 pips on EUR JPY, and out of a 1 is a 12 month or gold, I was able to close about 1:5. So let's start with EUR JPY. Now, if you are familiar with the concept of liquidity and accurate market structure, you got to see that at this zone, this low took out the liquidity at this low. That is, this week took out the liquidity at this low and caused the bullish move to the upside, causing a chain of character. Now, if you are familiar with the basic concept of break of structures and chain of character, you get to see that once there's a change of character or the particular trend, it signifies that trend has changed direction. Trend has changed direction. And once trend changes direction, you want to wait for price to do a mitigation, as in this case, a drop to the downside. You want to wait for price to do a mitigation, and then you mark out accurate demand zones for your buy. You see, mark out accurate demand zones for your buys. Now, if you look at your screen clearly, you get to see that I marked out some fair value gaps areas. If you look at your screen clearly, you get to see that I marked out some fair value gap zones, anticipating for a further push to the upside from these fair value gaps. And look how price did. Price dropped into this fair value gap and tried to fill this order. Price filled this gap here and pushed to the upside, but unfortunately, price dropped, tapped this zone again, tried to push to the upside, but finally broke through these zones and came back into this marked region for my final entry. Price dropped into this region and I took this trade on EUR JPY. This trade was sent to my VIP clients, and personally I was able to close out about 250 pips on this move. I am anticipating the price is going to buy at least about 600 pips plus to the upside on EUR JPY, but I opted out of this move somewhere around the other to somewhere around 250 pips, and I am actually satisfied with the profit I made. I was able to make close to about $600 thereabout or this move using a very small lot size, about 0.2 lot size. I was able to copy close to about $500 to $600 on this particular move. So that's that about EUR JPY. The analysis is just very straightforward and very simple. Saw a strip of liquidity, saw a break of character, a change in character, and waited for price to drop into a viable demand zone for me to catch my buy. And I was able to make a good profit of this. Now, looking at what price also did on gold, I started my analysis from the daily time frame. Now, if you go to the daily time frame, which I'll be going on right now, if you go to the daily time frame and you're also familiar with the concept of liquidity and also accurate marking of structure, you got to see that this on the higher time frame is just, can you see? This bearish move to this downside on the higher time frame is just a single leg move. Can you see? A single leg move. And looking at the structure accurately, this is your drop, this is your retracement, and this is your drop to the downside. And price did a break of structure at this point. Now, this bullish move to this upside on the daily time frame is just the retracement on the daily time frame. You understand? This is just the retracement on the daily time frame. And immediately there was a retracement on the daily time frame to the upside. We had a sweep of an inducement area. This SWP stands for sweep, We had a sweep of this adjustment area by this bullish candle. Let me zoom it in for you to see more clearly. Can you see? This candle did a liquidity sweep, and I waited for price to do a retracement to the upside for me to catch myself. Looking at this closely, you're going to see that I wrote N5 fill, N15 fill, I beg your pardon, N15 fill, which shows that the fair value gap and also an order block on the 15-minute time frame has been filled by this bullish move to this upside. An order block and a fair value gap has been filled on the 15-minute time frame. So I'll go down to the 15-minute time frame. I will look at what price did. Also, can you look at this? Immediately I saw price did a fill on the 15-minute time frame. That is this retracement to this upside. We had a fill of on the 15-minute time frame. We had a fill of this order block and also this fair value gap region. Let me quickly mark it out for you to see. This fair value gap region, I took my trade and placed my stop loss just above this zone. Placed my stop loss just above this zone, anticipating for a shoot to the downside from the 15-minute time frame. And if you look at price closely, get to see this was my first take profit. Looking at the chart closely, this was my first take profit. Price jumped to the downside. My overall anticipation for gold is a 1:12 move. A 1:12 move. Or price dropped to the downside, calmed my first take profit, and I opted out of this trade. Immediately price tapped the first take profit, price reversed to the upside as it is obvious on the screen, and as you can see currently, price is tanking to the downside. So I'll be looking out for more selling opportunities once price presents itself. But my overall take profit is a 1:12 move. A 1:12 move. So gold was able to produce about $500 a profit for me in using a very, very small size. Take about 0.2 lot size. I was able to make about $500 on gold. So that's that about the analysis of EUR JPY and gold. If this analysis was helpful to you, if you were able to get a tip or two, I would like you to click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell so that whenever I drop analysis like this, you will be amongst the first people to be notified. Thank you. Do have a great trading time. See you next time.